In this episode, we're going to put the game into the correct aspect ratio, and we're going to add flags, and we're going to add those flags to the radar. All of this coming up next. The game needs curtains. This is in the wrong position here. It should be over here, and this should be a much squarer playfield because the original one is it's 4:3 aspect ratio. So we're going to move the curtains in there. I've done some calculations, and basically the screen size is the screen size again. It's 288 pixels by 224, which means that it should be 398. The height of the screen, it should be 398, which means that there's 87 pixels either side on the sidebar that needs to get fixed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new sprite here. So sprite, and I'll just make this square. The color of this one is going to be black because I want it to be of no color at all. I want it to be in the UI layer, and it's going to be at this position now. So copy, and then I want to do paste. So that puts it there, and then the scale on the Y is going to be much more than that. It's in fact going to be the same height as the 224, and the scale on the X is going to be 87 because that's the size of the side curtain there. So if I move this down to here, you'll see that this brings this this value in here. So if I move this over to about here, that's going to be 155. All right. About right. Yeah, that seems about right. It's 155 and a half. Okay. And the Y is going to be 0 because that's going to be set to be 0. And then the sidebar for this is going to come in on the X, and it is going to touch up against here, like so. So 48. That sounds good. So now we should have, there we go, we've got our blank over there. That works. So if we go over to here, we should no longer see the edge of the map. Yeah, there you go. There's the edge of the map is there. Okay, that's perfect. Now we need to do the exact same thing on the other side. Although that looks, I made a miscalculation here. That looks like it's too wide there, because that's roughly the size of the screen, isn't it? It's square. So that's going to be half of that again. So that's square there. Instead of 87 there, it's going to be 87 divided by 2. That. And the sidebar, move over to here, is 69. Which is probably too shallow. Well, that doesn't look right, does it? Let's play this. Oh, right, okay. So the square's got to go over as well. Let's go there, which is 177. And sidebar is going to go to 1.5. Okay. And then we do a duplicate of that one there, and then we move that to the other side. Now because this is on, that would be negative 177. 70.5. There we go. Okay. So because the UI layer is on top of there, you can see that's square. Weird enough. There we go. And so now when we go over to the left hand side, left side first. No, that's still not right. I think we might have to move, yeah, because the player's no longer center. Okay, so we definitely need to move the camera over just a wee fraction. So the camera's got to move over to here. What is that? 868. Okay. Oops. Grab that. Copy. That's always changing, isn't it? That was. Oops. Right, we need to center it somehow on the player. So I think this is because the grid's slightly off aligned. Okay, we need to fix the grid first of all. Grid is there. Yeah, we've got to move the grid like 48 pixels, I think it is. Okay, let's move the grid 48 pixels. Okay, whatever we think about this. So it's working. It's working okay for over here, but we're offsetting. Yeah, that's got to be offset by another 24 pixels. And that gets us bang slap in the middle there. Okay. Let's fix the camera. So the camera is inside our scripts. Oh, we should have a main camera. Camera full. Right, so let's change this. So it's going to be 48 pixels back on the left. So we got to subtract 24 pixels. Sorry. And we do minus 24. 24. And then the follow target plus offset. So that's going to be the offset there. And that should fix it. Right. Well, it would if I put it the right way. Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. That's right. There we go. Okay, so there's the center there. If we go down to here on the left hand side, it should. No, it's still too far across. I wonder actually if it stops. Let me check the new. I'm going to check the new Rallycross online version. I've got a funny feeling it actually has like a hard stop on there. Like the camera just doesn't move beyond that. Because that's perfect. That's at the 4 point there. Okay, let's check new Rallycross and I'll come back. Okay, well that's an easy fix then. According to new Rallycross, all we have to do is just add another X row. So we actually start at -1. And then we just fill it in, which is not great. So I think what I need to do is yeah, let's do -1 int actual x equals x is less than 0, x equals 0. So we only want we want to copy the x most, the 0th one, but we want to duplicate it backwards. Oops, that is there. And then we want to say this is the actual x, because this is our index into the block. And then the x value is still -1, because we want to add a new tile to that. So that means, hopefully, we now have a duplicate of the the leftmost tile. So instead of having 4 here, we end up having 5, but it actually only just shows 1. We might actually have to do it as, I think we actually have more screen here. Whoa. Oh, right, okay. That's going to be 0, sorry. So if x is less than 0, then we make it 0. Otherwise, we make it x. Okay. So we head down here. Well, that didn't work. I think also we need to make it -2 as well. Let's make it -3. Keep filling that in there. And then our x value. Oh, that's our index. Our actual x. No, index is right. Right is that. If index. Oh, that's right as well. Okay, no, that's right, but it's not showing it right for the negative. Going down. Yeah, see, that's not. Try something here. Do int x correct equals x is less. Oops. X is less than 0. X times 3. Otherwise x. Then that in there. Because it seems like a negative, it's not picking up the that it should go negative. It should go 3 squares. Yeah, that's not right either. Oh, because it's doing the each one of these is just a block. That's why. Oh, darn it. Okay, well that's not good. So each one of these is a block. Sorry, each one of these is an 8x8 block, and we want to make it so that it's showing multiple blocks. So if I go back to our tiled map, here's our tiled map. So each one of these is an individual. You can see here that each one of these is an individual square. So we're actually, that's x 1, 2, 3. That's why. Okay. Needs a bit more math. Right, so I want 2 columns. So that means it's got to be -6. And if we go to this one here, you see that this is, so let's say we want to go beyond that to be 6 more columns of this, which is, can I select? Easiest select brushes. So if I don't want a rectangular brush. Yeah, that's good enough. So you can see here we get the little square here. So if I have this one here, sorry, let's say this is the 0 line. So if everything from here is positive, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. That would be -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. So if I take these values and I do a little bit of math on them and then mod it, then I can get the 0, 1, 2 values. So, all right, here we go. So, int actual x equals x. If x is less than 0, however, the actual x is going to be is going to be whatever the value is. So that's going to be x minus 6. And then we want to mod that by 3. Okay. And then the position is just going to be negative, whatever the position is. So it's just going to be x. That's going to be negative, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I'm sure we could put that all in one line, but I'm just going to leave it as is just now, because that makes, to me, have it that way. Back to here. No, not like that. What didn't it not like? Oh. Oh, right, okay. So that's going to be math f dot absolute that minus 6, because they're negative values, so I need to make them positive values. So it's going to be negative 1 becomes 1, negative 6 becomes 6. You subtract 6 from that, you mod it by 3, and then that gives you your actual value. So should work. No, it did not work. And Sloan fell deeper into despair. Okay, why is that not working? Let me hit a breakpoint here, because it's gonna hit the x value. It's gonna hit this as well. So, okay, you're having a bad day today. So actual x is minus 6. So if x is less than 6, what I want to say is, what's the absolute value of x? Minus 6 mod 3. So that's actual x is 0. That, okay. So then if index is greater than 0, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Actual x is minus 5. Oh, right, okay. So this is going to give us minus 1. That's what's wrong. Okay. So what I want to do is, I want to swap that around. That there. So now, stop it. Start it. There we go. So now I should, if I have my calculations right, there we go, have multiple values there. And hopefully I don't need to do the same thing up the top. Just work, although I've got a funny feeling it probably won't, because that's the way it's going today. But I think it'll be a wee bit higher. I need to add more up here as well. Yeah, we need to add another layer up there as well. And I'm pretty sure the bottom one is fine. We don't need to do any changes to that. So we'll need to do the top one as well. Is not ideal. Well, there we have it. Okay, so yeah, there you go. So there's the bottom one there. The bottom one is okay, and the right hand side one is going to be okay as well. There you go, there's the right hand side one. So everything's working, it's in the play field. We just need to sort the top one now, and I'll do that in just a sec. So again, this is going to be minus 3 that we want to start at, and then we want to check to see what the actual value is for the y. So I want to say int actual y equals y. If y is less than 0, actual y equals, and then it's just going to be 3 minus mathf abs, abs absolute of y, and then we're going to mod that by 3. And then our y becomes this one here. Okay. Now I'll tidy up as well, and we'll make it one line. And I'll change the name of the actual y and actual x, because that doesn't really make any sense. It should be like index position or something. It shouldn't be actual because it's not actual. Okay, and there we go. There's our full map there. So everything's working. Let's tidy it up now. So inside here, let's change the actual X to block index X. Block index Y. And then we want to say block index is less than that, do that, otherwise do that. Do that, and then get rid of that. And then do that. That. Okay, so all done in one, well, 2 lines, one each for X and Y. And I'm sure you could have put in here as well, and you could get everything in one line, but I think this is a little bit more readable. It just says that if X is less than 0, then we've got to reacquaint ourselves with how we get our values. Otherwise, we just pass in the X, and then the same thing for the Y there. So that should be unchanged. Check. Yep, there we go. Okay, so that's all done. So the next thing to do then is the actual flags. But the border thing took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to take, but I knew there was going to be some issues with the way that the new Rallycross handles like the corner condition here, but not to worry, got it sorted out in the end. Onward to the flags. Just for a test, what I've done is I've added 2 objects here. You can sort of see them there, they're fairly visible there, to the map. And I'm going to add a flag to the world. That's going to be brought in from the map. Now the map gets exported as a JSON file. You can see here that we have, this is the tile layer that contains all the blocks. It's massive because it's 8x8 blocks. But this is the object layer, which is called flags. And I'm going to use this object layer to bring in these X and Y coordinates for the grid. I'm going to use the exact same coordinates as per the larger 24 by 24 pixel blocks. So that means I'm going to divide all of these by 3, and then that should get me the correct value, and then also make them an integer as well. I know there's like these values here, that's just because of the placement inside the zone. It's not quite at the correct position. I'm okay with that. It's just to get that. And the way I set this up as well is I have an object layer and I have this flag here and this flag here. What I'm going to eventually do is I'm going to have like 20 positions over the course of the map, and those 20 positions will correspond to the possible start positions for the flags. Not all the flags are going to be there, but that's the theory anyway. I'm also going to use the same technique as well to have the start for the baddie vehicles. So these are the sort of starting positions. So the player starts roughly about here. So the first baddie is going to be here, second baddie is going to be here, third baddie here, fourth baddie here, fifth baddie here. And then that will sort of dictate, like, those starting positions will then be used to generate the start position. So those blocks will then be the start positions that the enemy vehicles take. Anyway, let's get this value out of the object, the flag layer there. So the thing I'm interested in really is not the objects themselves, but just the X and Y coordinate. So I'm going to go into my map generator, map file, which is going to have map layer, and then the map layer is going to have data. And then there's also going to be another map, new item, and then this is going to be object layer. Object layer. serializable, and then this object layer is going to have public object, and then what do we call this? This is object. Oh, we can't call it object, can we? We need to call it map object. So we don't have a map object yet, so that's the next thing to do, is create a new item in here and then call this map object. Public. And that is also going to be serializable. Serializable. And object layer. These. That. And then our map file is going to have a public object layer. Oh, of course, it's going to be. Alright, map layer is going to be either that or object. Okay. Well, in that case, we need to change that slightly. So this is going to be our map layer is now going to have objects in it. Object layer is not going to have. Could have an object. Okay. We don't need an object layer. Or, we don't need an object because the map layer is going to have that. So that's going to have map object objects. And then our map file is just going to have layers. Map layer. So let's have public string name, because each map has got the name associated with it. Now, right now we only have called tile layer 1. Let's change this to blocks. And then let's change that to blocks in here as well, so that we when we next export it, it's not going to break for us. And then inside our map generator, we need to get the data from there. So that's going to be layers, and then it's going to be 0. So instead of layers, it's going to be map layer, and then map layer is going to be map layer blocks. Let's call it block. Equals map file dot layers select first or default, and then it's going to be layer equals blocks. So all of those changes means they changed. Object should still be okay, right? So all of those changes should mean that the map generator should still work, and it should still show us our map. Let's just run this, make sure everything's okay. We haven't broken anything. Oh, there we go. Still have that. The next thing we need to do is we need to get our objects, which are flags. So we want to say map layer flags equals Map file layers first to default, and it's flags. We then want to get the X and Y values out of there. And then when we get those X and Y values out of there, we want to divide them by 3. So I'm going to do first to default, that dot objects dot, well, we want to do vector 3, vector 2, flags, equals flags objects dot select, and we want to move them to vector int. So we want to do select for each of these. We want to say the object is going to go into new vector 2 int o.x divided by 3 comma o.y divided by 3. Now that's not going to be enough to get us into, and then we need to do array. That's not going to be enough to get us into an integer, so what we need to do is we need to math f ceiling floor at math f dot floor to int, and that gets us those values there. So if I set the breakpoint to here, attach the Unity, we should have two groups of X and Y once this is done. So here, flag positions, and there are indeed 2, 35, 83, and 68, 76. Doesn't seem right to me because it should be, where are we? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should be 4 and 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. There should be 4, 10 there. So I reckon that should be 24. Because those are in pixels. Because they're in pixels, they're in the wrong place. Put them in the wrong. Run that again. Attach it to Unity. And flag positions 410. There you go. Okay, so that's the correct positions. Then 8 along and then 9 down, which is also right. So that's us got the positions. We just need to expose them to the file. So this is the map generator. So if I have public flags, let's make that private because we don't want it to interfere with that. We say flags. That gives us our generator. So our I haven't set anything up for the game yet. Okay, this is where the game comes into it. So we have our grid, we have our map generator, but don't actually have a controller there. So let's call this the game grid. Game grid is there. This one is our right curtain, and then this is our left curtain. Oh no. That was silly. Right button. And yeah, I'll just call this grid. So now we've got that set up, we can then have our flag positioner. Maybe we can just do that. I think this is okay to do it in here. Right, let's create a this is our flag here, so let's call this flag. And let's grab this in here and then this special flag. And then we're not really going to be spawning these just yet, so I'm going to have prefab and for collectibles. I can drop these here, and then I'm going to delete them. Now I need a script to generate it, but do I? Because I already have map generator. So I'm not going to bother doing that. In fact, probably don't even want to do this, but public object flag leave prefabs again. Red. Then we got our flag prefab. Our special flag. So for this one here, we don't even need the flags there. We can select that. I do a dot for each here. I hate the fact that we don't have a for each. Like, it's so like a for each. I mean, you can do a to list, but there's an allocator there. I don't really want to do that, so maybe set that here. What if I go in create there? We have a generic thing called general. And let's call this link extensions. That, and in here we've got public static class link extensions. And for our map generator, select, what does select do? IEnumerable. Okay. So it takes in an IEnumerable, so we do public static void for each IEnumerable e this items, and then we can do for each var t item in items, and then we specify the function as well. So this can be action action item. So this is us building up an extension. In case you wonder what I'm doing, I'm just typing away here. In case you wonder what I'm doing, I'm building up an extension for our select. So it's going to take in an IEnumerable, and then for each item in there, it's going to do a particular action to it. So it means that what I can do is, instead of having dot select and then dot to array, I can just do this all in a oneer. So I can do, stop doing that. Dot for each, and then I can specify position And then for each position, I can then say instantiate flag prefab, and then it's going to be map file map helpers dot map. I thought I had one that does that. Okay. Was it map position? Oh, it's map position. Okay. So that is going to be sprite to block. So that is blocks per sprite plus world. Okay, let's comma and then map position dot sprite to world, and then it takes in a vector 2, which got, oh, we can sort that out, change that to vector 2, boom, done. And then we specify the quaternion identity. There we go. In fact, we can bring all that into one line. Okay. So just all in one line, that is equal to. So we're going to grab every object that's inside here, and then we're going to do a conversion between the object, and we're going to convert it to a vector 2 because we're not interested in anything else other than just the position. And then we're going to take that position and then we are going to put it into the world space. So really, we probably don't actually need that. We just need to for it. But it's okay. Because we're basically dividing by 24 and then multiplying by 24. Here. Yeah, and so far. That far up the map. Here's the flag. Where is it? Oh, right. So if I change that to negative, it puts it there. And of course I need to make it is that? I think that sprite is in the wrong. Back to sprite editor. No, these are all centered. So that is going to be negative. Be negative that. Then we actually let me fix that just now because we have our objects here. If I go back now where the player starts and I just put one here, there you go. That'll work. And then do export, and that should add there. It'll make it a little bit easier for us to debug. And we can just remove this. Okay, so there it is there. That's not quite where I want it to be. Not quite where I want it to be. I think it's getting there. I think it's because it's the okay, let's go back to here. We have 3 flags here. We've got this one here, and then this one down here. And you see that it's at 56. So if I move it over to here, and I move it down a suitable amount as well, and a select grid, you'll see that it's now in the middle of the grid. Once I select the grid, I'll show the oh, there you go, the grid. You see it's right bang slap in the middle of the grid there, which is where it should be. So I need to figure out why that's not doing that. So it's at 0, so the player is at whatever position it's at, but it's also offset by 12 and minus 12. So just need to add similar thing to here. Is lucky because what I can do is I can do new vector 2 12 negative 12. Oh wait, can't. No, not in there. I can do plus new vector 2 12 negative. There. Okay. So there we go. Bang, slap in the middle. Perfect. So we just need to make that transparent, and I can do that in Photoshop. That'll take a couple of seconds. We also need to get it on the grid. So we also need to add that to here. So I'm going to do public I enumerate public. I need to expose those values so that they are on the grid. So, oh, that's not true actually. Yeah, so if I go to, it takes the map position. Our radar blob, and then the sidebar itself. All the sidebar does is it takes the update. Where's the update? Yeah, inside here. It just moves the local position to there. So what I want to do is I want to do the same thing for the flags. And then once a flag has been collected, obviously I want to remove that flag as well. So inside map generator, I want to have private list vector 2 flags, and for each of these I want to add the positions. So I'm going to do this. I'll add position. So I'm going to add the position to there, and then that's going to get me the top XY position. And then I need to remove the flag as we get it. So gonna remove. Well, I just need to expose it just now, so I need to do public ilist flag. Flags equals flag. That's going to expose the list of flags, and then when we start that, radar blob, no, sidebar. Okay, so we want to grab a reference to our that. We want to grab a reference to the map generator. So I want to have private map generator field map generator. So our grid is there and our sidebar is here. Our map generator, so we are going to drag our grid on there. That's going to be our grid map generator. Now that we have that, we can then say for each var pause in flags, and then got private radar blob flag prefab field change flag prefab radar. That's fine. But it's the radar blob we want. Radar blob. Okay, I mean radar blob is the same thing as the player radar prefab. So what we want to do is we want to say flag prefab dot colors. Flag prefab dot set colors. New color yellow. Now we don't have set colors, so if I go to radar blob, I want to have a public colors, public, params, colors, equals new color, colors the length, array dot copy, and then we want to see colors, colors dot length. Then color equals colors frame. Do colors dot length equals 0. Colors 0. Otherwise, do that. We don't want to keep adding to. I mean, do we need to do that? I mean, it's not very efficient, but here, so in there we're gonna 0. Now the flag should here. One of them did. Did all three of them appear in there and it just defaulted to zeros? Find out. Go to sidebar, radar background. Oh, there we go. We have our radar blob clone. And we have a radar blob clone which is yellow. And it is at 0, 0, 0. That one at 0, 0, 0. And we have that one at 0, 0. So why didn't that work? Oh, because we haven't loaded the map yet. This on awake. Let's do public ready this down here as true. So now that we've got that gatekeeper there, we can then go back to our sidebar. Then we can say while map generator is ready, yield return. So we're just going to sit there and wait till the map generator is ready. Once it's ready, then we're going to items. Nope. I mean, it is bringing them in. Oh, that's why. Position equals pause. Okay. As easy as that? I think it is because when we what value are we getting? Oh yeah, we're getting into divided by 24, so that's in blocks. That's in radar pixel blocks. So that's going to be 4 along 10. So I've said that quite a few times this video, but that should be it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now, oh, that's way off though. Let's see what those. Come on. Okay, keep there. Not quite the same, and I think it's because those are. Remember we did some mucking around with the values there. So I think the problem is we need to bring these in by change the position of the trying to think of the grid. No, it was the main camera. That was it. So if we go to follow camera, the position is 24 pixels out. So our radar blob is also going to be 24 pixels out on there, which means it's going to be 1 character block out. Yeah, I think that's right. It's 1 character block out. Not 1 character block. 2. That's way off, that one. Yeah, that's way off. Like it should be up there. Again. Yeah, see, that should be. Yeah, that's not right there, is it? No, it's a fair margin. Just remembered as well that go back to here. Yeah, if we go back up to here, that's 0, 0 in here, but as I said in the previous video, this is 4, 4. So we actually have to subtract 4 from here and 4 from here, and that gets us our 0 value, which means that this block here is actually 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 0. So it's 0 along, and then it's 0, 1, 2, 3. That'd be 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. That's 0, 6. So that's 3 less on the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's, yeah, 6. So let's get that into the right space. The radar blob for that is gonna be, where's that? Sidebar. Okay. So inside here, I tried to fudge the value here. So the position is gonna be, if I go to our map generator here, so this gets it into position, but the actual flag position is going to be plus new, and then it's going to be -4, -4. I mean, I guess we could subtract -4. And then that gets that into the correct position in the layer, because the flag value is, yeah, -4. So it's 2 times that as well. So that's going to be times. Okay. That's what this position. And yeah. Oh, and better than it was. Go up here. Not right. Still. Getting there. Oh wait, no, hold on. No, it's, yeah. Hold on. Wait. The grid position -x. So the grid position is, yeah, that's the grid position. Do I have map position here? See, I've got sprite to world, but I don't have world to sprite. Yeah, I don't have world to sprite. Well, so sprite to block is that. Sprite to world is sprite blocked. Okay. And this one here is getting me into the correct position. If it's that 4 that's causing the problems. No, it doesn't matter, because the other one, yeah, that's a problem to map, and that's okay. So our add is there. So we're subtracting 4, 4 from it, because it's because in our tiled, this position here is the position from 0, 0, which is up here. Yeah, you can see it up here. This is 0, 0, so this is 107, whatever it is. But it's also, I don't know if you can see that in the bottom left hand corner here, but when you go over to here, this tells you that it's 13 in, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the center of that is 13, which is right, and then 31, which is down, 31 blocks. That's right. So in block space, it's right. Block being the 3x3 blocks. Just missing something. I feel I'm missing something. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this should be 6. And that should be 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 4. That should be 0. Then our flags in bar. That there. And run the game. Prefab. Okay. Position is that 0 minus 14. Oh wait. I need to add it. That's why. Gotta be added. Done that over here. So we're adding it to there. Subtracting it from there. We add it to the X, subtract from the Y. Oh, it's the little mistakes that'll get you. And that. And there we go. Boom. Perfect. Okay. There's a flag there. Capture the flag. Perfect. Okay, let's go and chase the other ones now. They look about right. Up. There we go. There's the flag there. And there is the other flag there. Perfect. Okay. That's that done. On to collection. Well, this video is getting a bit too long just now, so what I've done is I've added all the potential positions for the flags, and then when we run the game, what happens is you look up the radar here, and you'll see that it's lit up. So there should only be 10 flags in the game, and those 10 flags are chosen at random. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into our code for that that sets all that up. I'll go grab this, grab the map generator, and we're going to randomize it first of all, and then we're going to take 10 of those values and then use them as our map position. Now, those 10 values, we're actually going to randomize them in a later video, in the next video, and the next video will add the special flag and the lucky flag. So we'll do that in the next video. We'll also add the collision detection response for that and a whole host of other things, but that's the next one. Okay, so in this one here, we want to grab, these are the flags here, so we want to select those values there, and then we want to randomize them. Order by, and then we're gonna just pass in whatever the value is. So we're just gonna do v, and then it's gonna be random dot Unity engine dot random dot next range. And then we'll do from 0 to 1. I think that's fine. And then we want to take 10 of these. So we only want 10 flags. That's all we want. And then when we go into here, we should only have 10 flags, and that'll end the video for today. So, and there we go. We have our 10 flags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 at the bottom there. And the next time we run it, we should get different flags. We're getting the same flags. Probably because the seed value is the same. Yep. Okay. Let's solve that one out. Let's do engine.random.seed equals time dot time we need to do system time, real time since startup. And it needs to be an int, doesn't it? Oh, use init state. Okay. Init state. Boom. Here we go. So Unity random init state. So we should now get random-ish. So it's based on the time that it starts up. I might not be the right time though. So okay, that's the exact same one as we had before. My guess is it already seeds to that value. So we want it to do it from system time. No, time. Time since level load. Let's do system.time. Wait time dot now dot milliseconds. Okay. So whatever the time is in milliseconds, we just grab it from the system time, and that should randomize those positions, so the game should never be the same twice. And it's still doing the same one. Maybe if I increase the range. Okay, let's try 100 in there instead of 0 to 1. It's probably too small a range to pick it up. Okay. Try that again. No, that's still the same, isn't it? No, that's different. That's a different pattern. Alright, I think we're... Yeah, still got one down there, so let's see what happens when we play it again. Yeah, there you go, that's a different one. Okay, so we're getting a random pattern now. That's good. Alright, let's end the video there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy this series. And I will catch you in the next video where we will do all the things that I said earlier on. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.